All right. I am Lorie Woodruff, real estate entrepreneur, credit specialist, coaching a lot of individuals on a day to day basis to better your best, whether it's in real estate, whether it's in business for entrepreneurs. It is something I love to do and something that has really been an assignment from God to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to help bring along as much information and give as much information as possible. The platform on YouTube started in 2012, really just as a dare, because someone said, well, there's not too many women of color that is on the internet giving content on real estate. So why don't you do it? And I said, well, you don't have to tell me twice. And there was Lorie TV was born. And that has been a lot of different videos and different educational, funny videos as well, so that you can learn about real estate and business and credit. And some skits kind of make it funny, so you can't do just all business all the time. But if you haven't checked out YouTube, please, I invite you to go over to YouTube, take a look at what she's doing, and prayerfully you can get some knowledge. These are my two babies right here. There's always something behind the scenes that you think, okay, well, everything looks pretty good. What's going on? Well, Lorie is she's about her business, but she's also about Chipotle and her puppy. Winnie, I got her a couple of, actually a year ago. And this is my pride and joy. But Chipotle, if you guys want to do anything special for me, that's the place where we're going to go and celebrate. We're going to celebrate new credit scores. We're going to celebrate debt being paid off, and we are going to celebrate it there. So if there are any questions, make sure that you chime in. Chime in. You can ask a question. You can use the chat box. But I just wanted to let you know for the next 40 minutes or so, we're going to get through some content on what can be done to help pay off student loans. Now, the reason why I really wanted Brian Washington to dip in and talk a bit about this is Brian Washington and I have worked together when I was a loan officer years ago. I was a loan officer, and when you are in that space of helping someone find the perfect loan for their family for 10, 15, 20, and 30 years, you want to make sure that you're offering some kind of advice that's going to help and educate at the same time. And when I started working alongside with him, I knew he was an educator. So we work and click very well when it comes to making sure our clients get the best. So when I'm sending clients off that need credit reviewed, how much house can they get qualified for, what kind of down payment assistance programs are out there. He can also share what kind of programs are out there for down payment assistance. But also the question comes up, hey, I'm smart, went to school, got a lot of student loans, but I still want to be a homeowner. So I wanted that really to be, something that is up and about. Brian, are you available to chat?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you pretty good. Yeah, you got your Pop-Tart? You're good. You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you mentioned that in your opening monologue. I was wondering how I was going to make it through.
Yeah, Pop-Tart time. So you make sure you get your Pop-Tart in first. I wanted to just let you speak briefly before we go into, why this has been a huge problem. Not a huge problem, but student loans has now come up as a conversation piece, and it's also kind of a hurting piece when people are looking to get qualified. So I wanted to see, like, on your desk, when you get those phone calls, when someone is looking to get qualified, tell me how that conversation goes, and how do you have to qualify them now for home loans?
First of all, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your platform as you educate the community on, credit, earning income, and real estate. So first of all, let me just say thank you for that, being a part of Lorie TV and Lorie Woodruff Extraordinaire. So again, I really do appreciate that.
Your check is in the mail. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And I guess the first thing, I do have to go back and agree with you. Yeah, student loans are a huge thing. I mean, student loans are, I can't even, I barely put it into words, but they are definitely a showstopper when it comes to a client trying to buy a home. They can be a showstopper. Many clients will come in with, of course, degrees. A client will come in, with good credit score, decent income, comparatively speaking to the larger public, but that the income buying power is totally diminished because of student loan debt. And a few years ago, I really started to see it come on, and it really kind of hit me in the face when I was talking to one of my clients who was an attorney who was in the process, who had literally over $100,000 in student loan debt. Well, at the same time, she was ready to put her first child in college. She was about to take out more college debt. So it's 2 generations of college debt right there in front of me. What allowed her to, allow them to, proceed with the mortgage is because she was one of the fortunate few, if you will, who had an IBR, income-based repayment plan, which is one of those programs out there that very few and far between the student loan companies will look at and say, okay, well, we see that you're really not making any money at all, just about, so here's your payment. So yeah, student loans are a big deal, huge deal. I could go on and on and on, so I'll stop right there. Hopefully I answered your question. It's a big deal, and it's a showstopper.
It is. Like for someone that might be qualified, and I'm not sure when it changed. When did it start changing? How many years ago was that?
Well, probably when FHA came in and really changed how we all look at student loans. Even more so, because if you have student loan debt, let's say hypothetically you have $100,000 worth of student loan debt and it's in deferment. In the old days, FHA would say, we won't count that debt against you. Well, they changed it about 3-4 years ago, where now they say, sorry, even though it's deferred, you now will be charged, as it relates to qualifying for a mortgage, 1% of the balance. So now you go from not having any student loan debt / payment in your debt to income ratio. Now we're going to have to hit you with $1,000 per month. And as you would imagine, that definitely can, stall the buying power of a client, because many clients, come across, barely meeting the threshold with that student loan debt. Yeah. So student loan debt, in that case, about 3 to 4 years ago, it changed. So now we have to try harder and harder to get a client, qualified, conventional, because conventional has still similar ways that the FHA looks at, which is that deferment piece. And that $1,000 is still going to, cramp their style, if you will, and preventing them from being able to buy what they want. There's articles out now that say there are many families that will retire with student loan debt.
Right.
That's how bad it is.
Right. So that's why we're here. So I didn't want that to be. Thank you, Brian. I know you're still doing a webinar yourself on your side, but I at least wanted a professional to jump in and talk about that, because as we're going into a solution in the next few moments to really go over, well, not only just student loans, but what can be done to pay down debt, collections, or anything such as that, or anything else that might be hindering you debt-wise, kind of hanging on your back before you purchase a home, before you start a business, or just, this doesn't have to be about purchasing a home, but it's just period, just to get this stuff off your back. That's why we're having this conversation tonight. So thank you very much, Brian. Anybody that wanted to get in touch with Brian, what I will do is make sure, leave your information in the chat box. Can you do that?
Yeah, I will give that a shot. Let me see here.
Okay. You scroll down and just see where it says chat. But if you needed to connect with Brian Washington, he's with Prime Lending. If you needed to connect with him and have a deeper conversation about that, maybe if it's something for your own self, Maria, I know you're a realtor, and I have some clients that are looking just for various reasons of either purchasing a home or they're looking to pay down their own debt, they can maybe talk with you one-on-one so that all the business is not on the webinar. Agreed? Is that okay? Did you find it, Ryan? Make sure. All right, so let's keep things moving. Brian, I appreciate you, and we will continue to keep chatting. What I wanted to do was talk a little bit more about.
I'm sorry, there you go, Lorie. Yeah, thanks
it?
a lot. Yeah, I put it out there. Hopefully you all see it. And thank you again, Lorie, for having me. And yes.
Anytime. Thank you for your expertise.
This is a great way to get rid of that debt.
It is. It is totally a good way. All right, you guys. All right. So thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
All right. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to the meat of it. So as we discussed, there are going to be some obstacles, whether you're going to rent, whether you're going to buy. There's always going to be something that we have to do to start accumulating more money to attack some of these problems. Where we work right now, it might be where we think we are in the best position job that it's going to give us what we need. But as we start getting closer to retirement, we never think that day is going to come. But we do need to take a look at, all right, well, once we do retire, if the income was about 40, and this is just an example off of $47,000, what is your Social Security income going to look like? And we're going to just dip into a little bit of conversation about money first, just so we can kind of get an idea about how we can fix it, because I was not shown a whole lot of these things going through high school and a little bit of college that I went to. I really did not. Well, I had to figure these things out. Like I'm sure you all had to figure these things out as well as you started getting up and out of the house. But if you were to take a look at where we are right now, when we look at increased inflation, there's no way in the world someone in the Maryland to DC area can just survive off of $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month, unless they're living in the woods and they just don't need anything much. So you can really just keep it as a minimalist, but I just wanted to show you what goes up must come down. And for those that take a look at this is the S&P. This is a monitor of all of the companies under the stock market, stock companies. And we're not talking about stocks tonight, but I just wanted to show you retirements have been affected. So when your retirement is affected just by the economy itself, in 2000, there was a dot-com bubble that burst with technology, too much disruption, and it went down. So it caused a lot of things to go down. So if you take a look at that dip in 2000, about half the population lost about 50% of their retirement. It took about 7 years for it to come back up. And then for many of those that know about the real estate bubble, houses prices were just going up and up and up. We knew the bubble was going to happen. Boom, it burst. And that caused a lot of people to lose homes, lose jobs, lose money in their retirement account. So in 2007, boom, it happened again. So we really haven't recovered. All it did was just go back to where it was in 2000. And prices have gone up. There's been inflation. Okay. So with all that, now we're at a point where it's up again. It's going to come down again. And if you have money in your retirement account, you do need to safeguard it and make sure, well, where are these monies going? Where are these monies that I'm depositing every time my payroll hits? Because if you get paid every 2 weeks, money is being collected and debited and going towards it. Now, if you were in that downfall either during 2000 or 2007, and you were still throwing money from your payroll going towards these declining funds, which no one really knew what they were going for, then you were just kind of throwing money in the trash. And if we knew what we know now, we could have taken that money, put it into something else that would multiply it and wouldn't even be affected by this market. So for those now that may have retirement funds or were depleted like mine, because I had to take mine out during that 2007 dip. And, you know, to recover from that, how are you going to recover if you're still working in your current lifestyle? It's hard to work on that future lifestyle if you're still just working with day-to-day things. So what we're going to do is really just capture what can be done when the market goes up or down. We're going to talk about safeguarding your money so that you can start working on those solutions. Because guys, I really care about you, and I really care to see what's going to happen. If anything is happening in the economy with what we're about to talk about, you won't be disrupted. You won't be disrupted. You'll still be able to make what you need on a day-to-day basis. Why? Because it's not tied to what's going on with Walmart, stocks, you know, different companies, Amazon. It's not. All right. So what we need to do is just take a look into, all right, we're purchasing a home, we're renting a home. These are the homes that I show every day. Brian helps people get into on a daily basis. But we got to make sure that the debt load, ladies and gentlemen, is not an issue so you can get what you want when you want it. I didn't show the basement for the guys that really like the basement. I know you guys like the cool basement. But this is living, and I want you to understand you can have it all, but we just got to get that debt monkey off our back. Okay. All right. So let me take things back just a couple years. My mom, for some reason, she's an educator. She kept my 4th grade report card, y'all. She kept my 4th grade report card, and I thought it was nice so that I can use this in my presentation. But being that anything that we were taught up until this point, up into high school, college, understand that all of us on this line are smart. We're all smart. Now, there were four quarters. I didn't do too well the first quarter. She got into my tail a little bit. So the second quarter, I pulled it up. Third quarter got better. And by the 4th quarter of 4th grade, big old 4th grade, I averaged out as a B. I averaged out as a B. I say all that to tell you what we're about to talk about has nothing to do with what grades that you made in school. Because smart versus skill set makes a big difference when you're going in for a job application. There's no way that I could go inside of any employer and just say, look, back in 4th grade, I was crushing it. And what I'm going to need is $150,000 for this particular office and this nice little position. You can't do that. They're going to be like, well, what do you do, Lorie? Jakara, what do you do? Maria, tell me what's different about you that you can do this and rock that kind of salary. So what we were taught back then, it was just enough to get us in formation, all right? But as we get older and understand life, this right here just got us just through. This is not going to reward us the big bucks that we deserve, and the wealthy individuals don't care about your grades as do they need as far as how much money and what's your skill set. All right, and what do you bring to the table? So income's the way we make money. The way we make money makes a big difference on how much we pay out and how much we actually receive in. There's 4 different quadrants. Robert Kiyosaki, well-known author, trades in the market, in the Forex market. If you want to get one of his courses, expect to spend at least $30,000 just to spend on his course. We're not going to talk about that kind of money tonight. But Robert Kiyosaki, you may have heard of him. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And anytime that you are in a position of opportunity, there's always a rich dad and there's a poor dad conversation. And many times, blue collar families, we were brought up with the poor mentality of, well, we're just doing it to try to get by. That kind of mentality. What I want to shift that mindset is to everybody, even deposit it with your children and grandchildren, is to have a rich personality, a rich mindset. And that just doesn't mean just about money. It's about opportunities. When opportunities come your way, are you questioning it, or are you stopping it with a sentence, with a period? It makes a difference. And I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like. Hey, Maria, I have an opportunity for you to get coached by a magnificent coach out there, a real estate trainer that can do wonderful things for your business. You have two decisions at that point. You could say, nope, I don't have it, and end it with a sentence, with a period at the end of that sentence. Or you could say, what do I need to do to make that coach happen for me? And that's what I really want all of us to switch that mindset on a rich mentality. Because the more that we ask questions, the more powerful that we are. But the more that we say, well, nope, I don't have it, I'm poor, I'm broke, don't have it. True, it may in the natural sense be that way, but I want you to change things up a little bit as you are given new opportunities. Because as we were shown with that report card, and we all have report cards, that's not going to reward us when it comes down to pay me what I deserve. Got me? Is everybody with me? Can everybody at least do that? At least going forward is ask more questions. How can I make that happen? Instead of just shutting it down, saying, nope, ain't going to do it. Because you all got on this call tonight and you question yourself and say, I'm going to do it. Whatever it takes, student loans, I need to figure this out. Thank you. There's 4 ways one can get paid. And in the cash flow quadrant, it really breaks down 4 different ways that one gets paid. And the employee quadrant you see on the left-hand side. The self-employed quadrant is also on the left-hand side. Business owner and investor is on the right. We're going to focus on just one of those tonight, mainly the investor quadrant. Employees are about 60% of the population. 60% of the population. There's a salary involved, there's a ceiling involved, and you can't really go too much further than what they tell you what that is. You're working, exchanging your time for dollars. And employees spend the most in taxes, unfortunately. All right. Now, self-employed individuals, we got some self-employed individuals on the line now. Don't want a boss. You are the boss. But the problem is you have less time for things, because for me being in real estate, for me being in sales, if I'm not there when Jakar is ready to buy a home, guess what? She might go to someone else. So if I want to get my hair done and my hairstylist is not there, she goes away on vacation, I'm going to go somewhere else. So for that line of work, you have to make sure something is always coming in, even when you're not in the office, when you're not at the shop, when you're not at the warehouse. You got me? So self-employed individuals, they work for themselves, but they understand they don't really have a lot of time to enjoy the money that they do make. Now, business owners, they understand leverage. They understand leverage. CEOs, managers, network marketing companies, they don't always have to be the show. They understand if I get employees, if I get managers, all these folks in place, I can still go over here and do something else. I can run a business over here. I can go vacation over here. Boom, my business is not interrupted. Business owners are about 4% of the population. So the investor quadrant, that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's the part I get excited about. That's what we're going to spend more of the time on. Now, if you take a look at current lifestyle versus future lifestyle, majority of our time is spent paying for something every single month. And that's usually from our salaries. So think about it from what time of the year is it now? Back to school time. August, you've got back to school time. September, you've got Labor Day. These, every month, something is typically tugging at our purses, our wallets. October, we've got, what is that? Halloween. November, we're eating good. We're getting ready to get fat and chubby and sit at the table with our loose pants for Thanksgiving. And December ends the year with holidays. We start the year up. We've got MLK. We've got New Year's Eve. What's in February? Sweethearts Day. Sweethearts Day. March, got March Madness. Also April, what do you have? You got Mother's Day coming up. Spring is popping off. May, Memorial Day. June, my dad's birthday, pretty big. Father's Day. July, 4th of July. Then we're back in August. I say that to tell you that every single month, something is always tugging at us. And we always wonder, how come I don't have enough? That's the reason why, is because we've got a majority of our income coming out just for big businesses. Okay, 30% is going out just for big businesses. 30% is basically going out for taxes. 30% is going out for loans, car loans, student loans. So that basically leaves us with about 10% of our true salary to bring home every single year. So you think about whatever your salary is, that's pretty much what we live on. And that's the reason why we're having complications with, well, I need to get qualified for my home loan, qualify for a car loan. How am I going to get the down payment together? How am I going to pay this debt off? Oh, these payday loans look pretty attractive because I need money right now. Well, we want to make sure that those are not the only option and to give you more options. Living off of 10%, ladies and gentlemen, is not cute. It's not cute. 2 years ago, being in real estate, 2 years ago, one of my mentors had introduced me to the foreign exchange market. I knew nothing about the industry at all. I knew I wanted to learn it, but I also knew this is going to be new, not going to kill me, but I do have to sit tight and pay attention because smart versus skill is not going to, which one is going to win? The skill set that you learn is going to take you far. The 4th grade and the 8th grade and the 12th grade report card is not going to hit it here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to get a skill set. And 2 years ago, I had a choice. Just like I said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I was given the opportunity to enroll in a class that's going to show me how to trade in the market, in the foreign exchange market. And that's how we're here today. That's how we're here today. So for many people who may not know about it, please don't think you need to know 100% about what the Forex market is all about. You just want to figure out, as Rich Dad, Poor Dad, do I need to attack some of these debts? Do I need to start putting money aside because of my 401k? It could dip down again like it did in 2007 and in 2000. Do I have the savings to float me for the next couple of years for my lifestyle? Do I have the savings to take care of my current lifestyle and my future lifestyle all at the same time? This is the reason why you want to figure out, what is your why? What's your reason why you would want to do this? And it's not just give me some more money, because you'd stop in an instant. If you're not making the money, then you would just leave. But it has to go deeper than that. If you're looking to purchase your first home, start a business, sustain your business, sustain your family. Your family has needs as well. This is what you want to pay attention closely to. The foreign exchange market, ladies and gentlemen, is the largest financial market out there. It's trending at about 5.3 trillion a day, where the stock market is about 22 billion. So we got them beat. This is something where you can trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and in some cases with cryptocurrency, of course, 7 days a week. And you do not have to have thousands and thousands of dollars like you used to years ago, decades ago. Individuals like you and I can participate in the market, trade in the currency market, all with our cell phones, all with the computers like what you're on right now. So I want you to imagine, if any of you have gone outside of the US, let's say you're going to Canada, let's say you're going to Japan. In the United States, we have our own currency, the US dollar. And for us to leave and then to come back, that, well, let's just say you're going to Japan and Japan has the yen. We have to buy the yen and sell our currency. That exchange that just happened, there's a fee involved every time that there's an exchange of currency. So if you go to the airport, you see the currency exchange booth, little person inside of there, and you see numbers just flicking all around. The dollar, the currency, the value moves up and down. So you think it's just $1, but the value of that could be 1.125. It could be 0.9876. It could be, it varies throughout the day. So when you exchange that money, when banks exchange money, when countries exchange money, all of that, there's profit in there for you and I. So if the banks are doing it, when we deposit our monies into Navy Federal, Bank of America, Central, they push the market more than anybody. You and I, we can just ride it out. So when the values go up and down of the currency, we're going to show you how you can tap into that $5.3 trillion a day market and take some money out. I want you guys to learn how to make profits in the foreign exchange market so you can attack those bills. Student loans, bye. Say bye to these. Cryptocurrency, yes, this is something as well that you have access to. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, all of that digital money, currency, you will have access to be able to trade. All right. You don't have to have a huge broker call in and just say, all right, well, I want to trade the US dollar, Japanese yen. How much is it trending? You can go right online and you can do it yourself. I was in a carry-out line one time. And for those that know me, you guys know I like to eat. I was in a carry-out line and I was in line, placed the trade order for a buy order or a sell order. I can't remember what it was, but I placed the order on my cell phone. By the time I left that restaurant, I was in profit $40. Basically enough for me to cover the food I ate and then some. And we're going to show you how that's possible because you may not know how to read the charts. I get that. We're going to show you how to do that. Plus, there are some apps out there that will send you signals so that you'll know when to buy. You'll know when to sell. You'll know what take profit to take. All you have to do is copy and paste those answers in your brokerage account on your phone, and you can be in profits. Now, I'm not saying that every win is going to happen every day. There's been some wins and there's been some losses. But if you don't know what you're doing, then you're going to be losing more than winning. And I want to see everybody on that winning side. We've got so many different testimonials I'll show you at the end of people that are actually making big differences. iMarkets Live is the company that we are connected to. It's the #1 online platform. Over 90,000 students worldwide. And they don't just look like myself or Brian or you. They're all over the place. 90,000. This is the leadership team from the CEO down to the VP of sales, which keeps the company going since 2013. So you're thinking, all right, well, Lorie, all right, these signals, I want them. How am I supposed to get the education? What I want you to understand is, yes, you're going to have to get some learned stuff going on. I just made that up. You're going to have to learn how to do this. When you enroll as a student with iMarkets Live, you're going to get access immediately to the academy. And when you get this access, you're going to be so excited because now you're going to be in the driver's seat of, well, I can operate and make profits like the banks do. I can do whatever I want at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can jump into the market and jump out of the market and go right back to sleep and wake up to profits. This is how millionaires are born. And it doesn't matter what age you are. I know that we've got some that have youngsters. Youngsters are looking for something creative to do. And if you, as the adult, show them how this is done, they probably would do this way better than us because of their mindset. They don't have as much disruption in their brain yet as we do. But the first thing you're going to do as a student is you're going to get into the academy and you're going to push play. You do not have to report to a brick and mortar place. You're going to open up your laptop and you're going to push play because these are going to be short educational videos to show you what's the history of Forex. What are the basics? What are pips? What's a buy and sell? What are the currency pairs? You're going to get to be able to get that top-notch education in various languages as well. Now, for those that need live education, at 9 o'clock, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tuning in live to one of my favorite mentors, Mr. Orrin Wright. Now, we have hundreds of people that are on IML TV. So just imagine it's like your own Netflix, and you get to tune in at specific times on the different topics. Okay, could be Forex 101. And if you like doing cryptocurrency, you've got they have a live instructor at a specific time doing that. And I know we need to learn how to read the charts. So at 9 p.m., I'm going to be online listening to Orrin Wright. But you've got to be an active member in order to have access to that TV. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is probably the number one place where the millionaires are being born. Why? Because you are learning directly. Just like you're on this webinar right now, you'll be able to tune in, look at the charts of what they're doing, get actual trades from them, ask questions in the chat box, and look at the recording if you missed it live. This is where most millionaires are born. We have people in our organization who are doing huge numbers. We have one of our guys who just started a year and a half ago, 30,000 in one weekend just trading cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was doing some amazing things in June, actually. He's getting married this year. He's stopping his job because what he's making in the market now is matching his Kaiser Permanente salary. Just not even 2 years, guys. Not even 2 years. For me, I'm good at making a couple $1,000s a month because I'm still in real estate. I'm still in sales. I'm still teaching. So once you start to figure out I can do this whenever I want and knock out whatever I need, you will begin to see the type of freedom that you're going to have. And one of the things that we show is how much time are you spending with your current salary. And then I'm going to show you how you can flip that and how you could probably you're probably spending about 12 hours of your day between getting up, fighting traffic, talking to Mary down the hallway in accounting, going to lunch, fighting traffic again, picking the kids up, dinner. That's a 12-hour day just about. The same amount of money that you could have made during that one course of a day, let's say it's $200 a day, $300 a day, you could have made that in minutes in the market. Now what are you going to do for the rest of the day? Now you see why people are pushing carts in the shopping mall. You're like, what the hell are they doing in the middle of the mall in the middle of the day? Because they made some smart investments. They're making some smart investments. Now, if you like to copy and paste and you like to cheat off of the ones, I want you to look at the apps that we have that will allow you to receive trade alerts from trade experts within our company. Orrin Wright is actually one of them, and Levels, right there, you see Levels right here, is one of my favorite apps. And what you're going to get access to is when to enter the market and when to get out of the market. Boom. Place the trade that took you probably 1 minute and you can get back to life. Now you have to figure out what the heck am I going to do with the rest of my time? Because the same amount of time that you can do, 12 hours, you just now shortened it and made that much more money at home. What are you going to do with the rest of your time? And you just made that sitting in your footies at home. So know that there will be some training wheels for those that need it, however long. I still use them. I can read the charts, but at the same time, I like these because it's like cheating on the test. If they give the answers and it's a 90% win rate, oh, I'm going to use it. And I want you guys to know it's available for you too. Now, remember, it comes down to rich dad, poor dad. Rich dad, $30,000, $15,000, $20,000. That's the amount that you would typically pay for education. I've seen it. Here with iMarkets Live, for you to get started as a student, focus on the right side of the page. It's $225 US, one time. One time. What you're going to get access to is the Academy, the videos. You're going to get access to the live TV, which is IML TV, the harmonic scanner. The night out sessions are sessions that you have access to from the CEO, who's had over 30 years of experience. So he gives out trade alerts and some teaching sessions as well. All right, $225 one time. Now, to maintain that membership, it's focus in the middle, $165 per month. $165 per month. That's it. That's it. Now, these are the add-ons. Like I spend the extra $22 a month, but you're going to see that $22 a month that you invest is nothing compared to what you just made in that trade that just took profit. Okay? But if you feel I want to get started with this, understand that there's a couple of benefits involved. Couple of benefits. You are eligible to get started, start in a demo account, which is totally free, and you get to utilize the services and you can start to practice with these and start to demo it, okay? And give yourself at least 30, maybe 45 days to demo how it works out for you. You're not going to be pissed off. You're not going to be disappointed. You're only going to be disappointed if you don't use it and apply it. That's it. Those are the only two choices you have because they work. These investors, these experts behind the scenes of these apps, they've been trading at least 3 years and are in profit. So the company is not just going to let just any old person throw some trades at us. The Levels app, I know because I use that, still works very well. And if you're going, when you get started, if you say yes, then that will be the one app that you want to start practicing on, focus on it. And after you're finished, 30, 45 days, and you feel comfortable and you're ready to open up your live account, then your live account, ladies and gentlemen, you can start with as little as 50 bucks. That's it. It's not going to crush you. The amount of money that we waste is incredible just on cable, food, entertainment. I want you to start seeing how has that money rewarded you to this point. This is going to change your last name. This is going to change how your last name is going to be reflected. So be very careful and mindful when I say, when you have an opportunity presented to you, what you say. 2 years ago, I had $80 at the time I was presented with this opportunity. And you see how much it costs at that time, $195. I had to make a decision on, do I want to keep saying that all the time, or do I need to figure out how am I going to make this work? And I figured out within 2 days, I was already getting started, and I never looked back. There's nothing else out here. You've got Uber drivers, people who are working part-time jobs, working way too many hours that need to look at this. And if you're going to get into a position to start paying off debt, where else is the money going to come from? This is going to allow you to start streaming in some money as you're at home. You don't have to fight traffic for this. If it's raining outside, snowing outside, sunny outside, learn this skill. Learn this skill and you will begin to get yourself in profit. Now, there isn't a way that you can get your monthly service waived. And I wanted to share that with you before we wrap things up. If you know 2 other individuals that want to participate in the school with you, it's online, anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter. It could be a mother, it could be a father, it could be a best friend, someone from church or work, and you find out, listen, I found a way to multiply money. Are you interested? I found a way to multiply money. Are you interested? Once you get 2 other individuals to sign up on your link, then you don't have to worry about paying the $165 per month. So if that's something of concern, you're saying, I don't want an extra bill, you got to think bigger. You got to think bigger, because the whole goal is to make profit every month, not just another cell phone bill, a cable bill. It's not another bill. This is an investment. And prayerfully in the next 30 to 90 days, you'll have at least 2 individuals that have signed up with you so that you guys can do it together. Our community is big. I'm in Maryland, and for most of the time, we are trading together as a community for those that want it bad enough. We do. What I wanted to do is give you some of the testimonials so you can see real quick on what is going on.
Bro, we just paid for groceries off of the harmonic scanner.
Every single trade for months and months and months. So somebody says, let me see a track record here. Here's all the statistics. Here's all the performance. Here's everything we have.
Check it out. The profits are now at 240 right now. Look at that.
Last couple hours, actually, I'm about to head out to Madrid, Spain in the next 4 hours. I know you're in the airport, headed to Las Vegas, and it's just a flight life, man. We don't flash money, we just flash what's up?
And no matter where they are in life, that doesn't matter. All that matters is where they're going. You know where we're going? It's to the top.
Happening, it's working. We're living testimonials, guys. We're success stories, and we're waiting for the new leaders to step up.
$40. How long do you place this face? See, I saw it. Bro, I just made over like 6. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm still making 1,000, bro. Look at this. Alright, I'll keep some more in because I know it's gonna go up more, but check it out. Guys, I just had $1,000 day. You saw it right before your eyes. And I'm still making another $700 in my open trade.
There's no excuses. They all want to laugh. And I'm going to take a picture. We're going to put it on Facebook. We're going to show the world. We're going to show the world. Just put the profits you made today. Put those profits. Hector, I need the profits, Hector. I need the dollars, Hector. I need the dollars, Kevin. I need both Kevins. I need all my crew up here today. All right? So look at all the money that was made today. Look at this. Look at this. Take a picture of our screen. Take a picture of our screen. Look at all the money that's made. Come on. Oh, that's live money, guys. There's nobody in the industry. No other company in the industry. Look at all the money. Look at that. Everybody's getting fed. Now we're going to teach them how to eat. Right? We're going to teach you how to hunt. I already fed you. Now we're going to teach you how to hunt.
Bro, dude, I was just on the harmonic scanner and it called out a trade. I followed it and look at this. Put a sell in at the top. Freaking drop. Hit entry point, dude. Went right
Dude, this
down.
is like your personal ATM. Look at that.
I know, and then look at this profit, bro. Look at this profit.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, all right. So one thing I do know is that the company is not flashy. And that's a beautiful thing that they keep God first. And it is not something where it's about, let me see, the Lambos and things like that. It's not even like that. We are looking to make sure people are living their best life. Their best life simply means debt is off. You know, they're not worried about simple things such as just paying a cell phone bill or just taking care of rent or mortgage or the student loans. That is the plan. That is the plan. So I wanted to make sure also this is totally optional. This part that I'll just end with is totally optional. For those that are looking to look on the business owner side, there is a business owner side of it. And what that means is now you can also make profits as you're building and teaching, helping other people. Now understand the school is going to do all that for you, but there is a compensation plan for those that like to build and build. Like I know more than 2 people, I know more than 5 people. That way you can also get monthly residual checks just from introducing more people to the organization. It's just sharing it. The school is actually going to do all the work for you. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I do this because I love to teach, I love to educate, and I love to see people winning. So you don't have to do what I'm doing, but there is a compensation plan. If you introduce 3 other individuals, that's $150 a month. 12 individuals into the school. It doesn't all have to just be you. That is now $600 a month. That's somebody's car note. 30 students, that's $1,000 a month, and it goes up and up and up and up from there. This is what it looks like when you're making a trade, you know, on your cell phone. If you wanted to take a look and see, well, what does it look like? Well, I have an Android, so you find the pair that you're looking for. The app is going to tell you what you're going to do. If it's a market execution, if it's a buy, if it's a sell, they'll let you know what it's going to do. Like, you can't go wrong. You just follow the leader. Follow the leader. It's going to tell you the price, the entry point, your take profit figure, and your stop loss, which is your risk management. Once you put all of those numbers in these fields, 1, 2, probably 3 fields, that's it. You're going to hit buy or sell. That's it. That's what I'm telling you. When I was in line, the carryout line, just to making that quick $40. The highest day I've had so far is $1,100. $1,100. So I want you to really start thinking big. Stop thinking employee, there's a cap. What's the catch? There's no catch. There's no catch. Banks have been doing this forever, and they need our money to participate in the Forex market. Just know that. They need our money in order to do that. All we're doing is, as retailers, we're able to do this in the beauty of our own home, just like they can. All right, we're not moving the market as much as they do, but we don't want to just be living off of just jobs and that's it. This is some of the team members that we have here from Virginia, locally here. Dr. Spiller is one of our top trade trainers on the right-hand side there. On the left-hand side, we've got some of our other leaders that move around the United States and internationally doing things. On the right, you'll see some of these guys here. As you are trading, you'll see some of these because these are some of the local traders in our area. Daniel is our trade trainer on the right-hand side. And Orrin Wright, as I was mentioning, he's on at right now, actually. He's there on the left-hand side. And yeah, you've got, and Justin Owens is the gentleman on the far right on the bottom, now making $50,000 a month just because he built the organization the way he did. $50,000 a month. Think about that. What would you do with $50,000 a month? It would fix a whole lot. And some people's annual salary is not even there. So that was just a celebration of some of the awards that we got last year. And there's more room. We're still looking for more people. Chairman 50 on the right-hand side. This gentleman is still in college. Still in college. $50,000 a month. So do not think that just because this is for older folks. No, he's not even graduated from college yet, from Morehouse yet. And he is crushing it. And David Aminichi on the left-hand side is one of the, he is the top gentleman in the company that's still showing inspiration, showing the plan worldwide. So we're just looking for good people that are looking to be a part of the group and are ready to make some changes in their own personal life. There's no pressure. We're going to be moving this around, and we really just want to make sure that we share that with you so that if you are ready, then you let me know. You know how to get in contact with me, but that is something that I really wanted to make sure that we got in front of so that going into the fall season, you have options. I purchased my home simply because of the trading market. Thank goodness. And this is something that I don't take lightly because the down payment and qualifying, all of that was because of the extra income acquired during trading. What can you think of that you can start thinking of? I want you to think big when you get off this webinar. I want you to think so big. And I want you to start writing down 100 things that if money was not an object, money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Don't put a label on it. Don't think I'm not big enough for that. If money was not an issue, you start writing down before you go to sleep tonight and let me know, what number did you get to? I'm up to about 70 because I've given away money, and I've probably got the house, I've donated, I've got my Tesla, I've got 3 cars, different countries. I don't know what else I can do. And I've donated, I've given back money, I've paid off my parents' house. What would you do with the money? And that's what the trade market will do for you. All right. So I wanted to open up just in case if you did have any questions before we get off the line here. Any questions? Any questions? Don't be shy now. Awesome, awesome. Well, I think you guys know how to get back in touch with me, Lorie Woodruff. And what I am going to do is make sure that I get this recorded so that if someone did not get an opportunity to get onto this particular call, it will be, excuse me, it's recorded. It is recorded. So you guys have an amazing evening. Hope this worked out for you. Time to get now. Okay, hold on. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Awesome. Awesome. All right, cool. 100 things before you go to bed. And then give me a call or text me tomorrow and let me know what number did you get up to. And I want to let me know how you felt. And that's exactly what you'll have access to. Just give yourself permission to have time. This is not going to happen in the next 30, 60, 90 days. But if you stay consistent, you will begin to see every 90 days, you're going to level up and you're going to know more, you're going to hear more, you're going to do better, you're going to be paying off more, acquiring more. And by this time next year, you're going to look back and just say, I'm so thankful that I did say yes to that opportunity. Because this right here does not have a ceiling on how much money you can make. You've seen thousands of dollars can be made in a day. $20 can be made in a day. 50, 100, 600. It doesn't matter. We're going to show you how it's done. So you focus on what needs to get done, when it needs to get done, and let God focus on how it's going to get done. This could have been the blessing that you've been asking for a long time. How it's going to be packaged, you don't know. But you want to just focus on what I need to get done and when I need to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. You all have an amazing night, and I'll talk to you later.